and operated, Lynn Ladder has been dedicated to providing high-quality products and services to the New England area since 1946. With 6 locations, from their manufacturing plant in New Hampshire to their rental yard in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Lynn Ladder is the one-stop shop for all your new equipment and rental needs. Lynn Ladder has catered to contractors and homeowners for the past 72 years. Have a project big or small? Then call the Ladder King today at 1-800-225-2510.
I'm at the Port of Miami. Okay? A real different type of people on a cruise. This is really strange. But I like strange. Don't you like strange? Hey, my father always said, it's not bad once in a while to get a little strange. Monday! A Siding Adventure, the Titanic, the SS Minnow. Oh, here we go. Casino. Little mixed bag of everything in this place. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of everything on this boat. Oh, they got a jazz room. Beautiful. I love the jazz. I go in there and fucking play the fucking oboe. I'll play the oboe in there. I'm like walking into people who fight me, you know what I'm saying? Like crop dusting, and then boom, it's hitting right in the face. Mr. Monday in the jazz room, what's up? There's no musicians here, but I'm fucking dancing. This place is pretty cool. Like a 1920s fucking place. Monday! See these blue towels right there? If you don't return those, are $25 each you get charged. But I figured out a scam. So what happened is I got 6 towels. I went back and returned 3. The guy just takes them and throws them into the bin. He takes your card, scans it, thinking he gave him 6. They don't count the towels. What are they going to count fucking towels that you're wiping your balls with and sweating on? So you can pocket some of these towels, which is always good. Because I like pocketing towels and toilet paper on vacation. Big fan of that. Monday!
I'm from Preston, LA. I love Mondays.
You should love Mondays. The best fucking day of the week.
Best fucking day of the week.
Listen, I'm on a step. I'm really not that much taller than this guy. But let's go down here. Let's see how much you're taller than me. This guy's an athlete. Look at Monday! Let's talk about duck. People ordering duck at dinner last night. Honestly, we'll eat a duck. We'll fuck a duck. I don't know what to say. Duck? I don't know about you, but boat food gives me a lot of gas. I didn't know it was going to be this way. I mean, it's like an explosion. You walk by people and it stinks. Even the elevator loves Mondays. Monday! Oh, man, Honduras smells. There's a funny smell in Honduras. You smell it?
No.
Oh, yeah. There's a real funny smell in Honduras. Hey, first impressions are big. Not feeling that great about it. The natives are boomeranging. Whatever they're doing over there. Bongoing. Hi. Monday! Let me tell you, watch out for the pickpockets. They're gonna send some chick over here to try to pick my fucking pocket. Let me tell you something. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Monday, hi!" And she's gonna try to come hug me. She's gonna put her fucking hands in my pockets, try to find dollar bills. All she's gonna find is shaved pubic hairs because I lined my pockets with pubic hairs from the barber shop. If that makes sense to you, thank you, Mr. Monday. Monday. Worst place to spend a Monday is some obscure beach in Honduras, Central America. The water's nice. How's that angle? Can you look in the camera and say, I love Mondays?
I love Mondays.
She loves Mondays down here in Honduras. It's unbelievable.
Every day Monday, no Tuesday.
Welcome to the I Love Monday show. I'm your host, Mr. Monday, and with me tonight is my favorite person, Kat.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You ready for the holidays?
No. No, not at all.
Not at all.
This is our last show until the new year, you know.
Oh my
No,
god.
next week.
We have one next week?
We have one next week.
I'm not showing up. All right. So let's talk about your Patriots that you love so much.
Yeah,
I mean, I love them too, but they're done.
they're not done. They're not
Klefsky,
done. They have a great
help me out
defense. Yeah, tell us about the sports.
The defense was great in the second half yesterday. That was it.
Well, listen, they're allowed to make mistakes as long as they get better and better. Brady's eventually going to hook up with his receivers. They're going to figure it out. And they're going to figure it out by Buffalo.
All right, let's
Then
make
they
a
can
wager.
walk
Let's make a
over
wager.
Cincinnati.
Let's make a wager. They're never
All
gonna, the receivers and Brady aren't going to hook up this year. It's not going to happen.
Next week's like a walkthrough. So
Okay, that's fine.
Especially when you're taping it.
That's a walkthrough. Then they play Buffalo, which isn't
Yeah.
going to be easy. Who has a great D, and they shut us down up there. Mm-hmm. And then who do we have the last game? Miami.
Miami.
I think we're in trouble.
Listen, we'll see, dude.
We might be the wild card team this year.
We'll win the division.
We're going to win the division.
We're going to win the
All right.
division.
I'm rooting against.
We still, I mean,
Everything.
You're rooting against them?
Yeah.
Why? You just hate it?
I can't have another 3 days of people talking to me about referees. I find something interesting and come find me. I don't care.
How bad did the refs screw up?
It's been 12 years of this.
The refs did screw up a lot, but we were in that. We should
Listen.
never been in that position.
Right. They could have made more plays, but the refs did. The refs absolutely blew it. So consistent. They were consistently horrible.
No, do they get penalized? Do they get fined for some of those are really bad calls? I
don't know how that works.
It looked at one point when
should get
was
fired.
it Myers or somebody that almost had the touchdown or Harry?
Nikhil Harry.
Well, both of them.
Nikhil Harry had a touchdown.
Why wouldn't you rule it a touchdown? And that way it would get reviewed versus
Because
just saying. Because
They thought,
was-
they thought he stepped out of bounds.
And like
one
their,
guy
their
did.
vision was
there was
blocked.
a little bit of confusion right when it happened.
They said the guy's vision was blocked by one of the Chiefs players, so he thought he stepped out of bounds, so there was no touchdown.
I'm telling you.
They should have let the play go on.
It's
and then they
it's
could have
2020.
reviewed it.
We should be putting GPS in the football, and it should just be when this part of the you could tell if this portion of the football has crossed this part of the grid.
With all the
then
technology today, you're right, Klefsky.
it's ridiculous why we don't do that.
I agree. You know, these referees, right? Is this their full-time job, or do they have full-time jobs?
No, a lot of them work at Foot
Full-time.
Locker.
Who is Miss Monday this week?
Miss Monday this week is Stephanie Nemi. She's from Berwick, Maine, where she lives with her amazing family. She was formerly a math teacher, but now she models full-time. That's pretty sweet. She's 40 years old, and she's looking great and feeling great. She loves Mondays. And as always, Miss Monday is brought to you by Vesuvius in Salem. Head down to 2 Paradise Road for the most amazing pizza, sandwiches, and salads around. They also have a new coffee shop next door. You got to check that out.
Good ice creams. I can't believe she's 40. She looks like she's about 30.
Yeah, we got to find whatever website she's modeling on because I got a lot of free digital minutes.
She looks good. She looks good in the pink. A lot of the girls don't buy the pinks, but she bought a pink.
Yeah, the pink's hot. It's like a little highlighter.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's nice.
In Vesuvius, great pizza again tonight. And they sent us some garlic bread, which was beautiful.
Delightful.
Your breath is horrible from it.
Their
Enjoy it.
pepperoni
I
cups
will.
up nice. They do it right.
All right.
Put this hand motion right there for the pepperoni. That was nice.
Pepperoni, my balls feel good. Something like that. Yeah.
Let's shoot the shit. Kentucky judge uses her chambers like a frat house.
Dawn Gentry is accused of having threesomes in her office with her secretary and a guitar player that she hired to work at the court as her case specialist. She allegedly asked a female attorney to sleep with her husband while they were getting divorced so she could accuse him of infidelity. Gentry, it is alleged, also asked the woman to have group sex with her, the guitar player. This lady's amazing. Others claim they were replaced if they did not donate to her re-election campaign. Why wouldn't you want this lady in office? She'll fuck you. Is she completely out of line, or is she just cool?
She looks crazy. Is her secretary a male or female? That's what I'd
It's
like
a female
to know.
because
Female.
Oh, so
Yeah.
she's like into weird.
the
Like,
guitarist is the guy.
oh, he's got a guitar between his legs. Yeah, I understand. She's a judge. I mean, this is all about lies and revenge. What she's doing here. So, you're a judge. I mean, you can't do
Have
the stuff
sex?
at your house, not in the chambers of your work.
Listen, dude, she's a fun
U.S.
time.
courthouse.
She's not allowed to let anybody into her private chambers.
Listen, dude, she could swing a gavel. So
I am under the impression, I don't know like the legal thing, but I think she could have 2, 3, or even 4 men in her private chambers at one time legally.
They found a diary she wrote. She wants to have sex with zoo animals.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
I hope they're mammals.
I mean, wouldn't they be?
If it's not warm-blooded, I'm not into it.
reptiles at zoos.
Although, yeah, no, dolphins are warm-blooded.
I mean, this is definitely a scandal. All right.
But like,
I don't know. It sounds
other
like
than
fun to
having
me.
sex at work, this lady's got long hours, right? If she's just gonna flip the gown up and get one off, as long as justice is done at the end of the day, we should all be happy.
Chris?
I'm sure he'd be happy with that.
Does she
too.
have, what size breasts does she have in areolas? I'd like to know.
I don't know.
we
We
know?
should weigh them. One of those.
Objection.
I want one of those produce weights.
I mean, she looks like she smells good underneath her robe. What do you think?
She's got big ears.
Is that a turn up for you?
No,
She looks like a mouse.
She's overcompensating.
She looks like
Good
Minnie
for
Mouse.
her.
Have you ever had a threesome with a guitarist?
That's the most upsetting part.
All right, let's go to the next one. The Great Wild Hog Invasion.
This sounds like a great add-on to that last story. Feral hogs are digging up yards and eating plants in a retirement community in Windsor Hills, Texas. Residents say they're scared to go outside because they don't want to encounter the wild animals. Last month, Christine Rollins, who was 59 years old, she was a Texas caregiver, and she was mauled to death by a pack of hogs. Research scientist Jack Mayer says more than 6 million of the swine roam the U.S. and that they're more dangerous than sharks. You guys ever see one of these?
I mean, I've seen pigs, but not like the hairy ones like that.
Dude, is that what they did? Jesus.
Have you never seen a big, hairy, wild hog? Not even in college.
Every day I see that, but I mean...
Community
we're
shower.
talking about a pig here.
It's hairy?
I mean, pigs are vicious.
That's
Right?
what we're talking about.
If you taste it like bacon, you got to be tough, right?
They're dirty, they're gross, I mean...
Did she not see him coming?
But there's
who
so
knows?
many pigs. It's a
Maybe she
huge
had her...
problem.
She was menstruating.
You can buy a machine gun and shoot
Does that
pigs
affect her
from a
hearing?
helicopter in Texas. It's a
do you mean?
service.
They're not sharks.
How much do these things weigh? What do they weigh?
They're about $5.99 a pound at the Stop and Shop.
What's your favorite meat from a pig?
Bacon?
That's the only one you know. What's your favorite?
The 6 inches below the belly button.
You're a pig. All
They
right,
say.
let's go to this next one. 7 kids who froze to death in icy lake came back to life.
A Danish school trip went extremely wrong when their boat capsized in an icy lake and children were thrown off. The school children died as their hearts stopped beating for 6 hours, but doctors at the hospital tried a new method of warming their blood, which miraculously brought them all back to life. This is the first time it has ever happened, and it happened 6 times, apparently.
I thought 7. Why, one kid died?
I don't know. Let's say that, yeah. Let's hope that the kid died rather than I was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, do these kids all have brain damage now? What's going on here?
Well, they're Danish. They weren't very smart to begin with, so they'll be fine.
I thought the Danish were pretty smart.
No, it's
As
just,
somebody that works with kids, I don't feel like a bad childcare worker. I've never dipped a kid in the ice cold water. I'm not doing that bad.
but the thing that was different about this was the process by which they warmed their blood. I have no idea what that would be, but what were they doing before? Like just like
So
throwing
they
on a
froze
radiator?
to death. They froze. You heard the term freezing to death.
Yeah.
They froze to death. They're dead, and then they get some warm-blooded thing and bring them back to life.
Well, somebody
this
said,
isn't new. This isn't new technology because Encino Man came out in like 91, 92, and that dude was frozen for like hundreds of years. So like, I'm not impressed that these kids were like cold for a few hours and then came back to life. Encino Man came back to life, learned a whole new society, and built a pool. Like, what did these kids do?
I know, but sometimes dead
Losers.
is better.
I'm having
These
a hard
kids are going to
time.
have pet cemetery
I'm having a hard
disease.
time comprehending
It's pretty
this.
obvious that we're going to have a sequel to every Ring movie now. These kids are going to be horrible chud children. We're not going to be able to
No,
trust
if they
them.
start doing weird stuff,
They
this
burn
is
when they
gonna
go
be-
inside of churches. They, you know what I mean? They eat rats. There's something wrong with them.
I think the teachers did this on purpose.
Every teacher's dream.
You know. Terrifying moment at the car dealership.
This
gonna see
incident
video?
filmed on Tuesday by surveillance cameras in the Citrus County, Florida. A white Toyota Camry flew 139 feet into the air over a dozen cars at a dealership. The driver was traveling along US 19. When he lost control near the dealership, sheriff's office said the driver became dizzy and then veered off. The driver was treated for minor damages. He's fine.
Wait, the guy.
Fine.
Wait, do you see him jump like this with his arms up, like, "Hey!" Like, oh, whoops.
The driver was later identified as Evil Camreevil.
It's a Camry, Toyota Camry. What year was that car?
I don't know, man, but that's like that should be a Camry commercial right there.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That had to be a
That's
souped-up
impressive.
Camry, right? If you're in Florida.
He was dizzy. What do you think he was doing in the car? Huffing paint.
I love that part. I like that he just puts his hands up, like, "Hey, come on."
It's good.
Yes. This slut.
Wow.
But he didn't hit any of the cars over there. He just hit the parts cars.
139 feet in the air. Wow.
So I bet you they could figure out how fast he was going. There's like a mathematical formula to reverse figure that out. Like, does he get like charged with the speed they would have projected him at for getting that distance?
That's a good one.
They got to bring in a fucking physicist to figure out how much time he's going to do.
He got whiplash.
Pythagorean theorem. Well, how many years do I get? It depends.
All right,
They
let's
put
go.
cool bumper stickers on all the cars that survived the massacre.
There's no such thing. That's a cool bumper sticker.
Last one here. Flight attendant thrown off the plane for being too old.
Ida Gomez Llanos claimed she was harassed and bullied by Delta colleagues, encouraged by managers who wanted to replace her with cheaper and younger staff. After receiving annual pay raises over her 57-year career, that's amazing. She was working at about $250,000 a year, and they thought that was too much. She was accused of sleeping and taking chocolates, and that she wasn't doing a very good job. They got rid of her, and now she's a dumb old bitch.
Well, you're sticking up for her, Klusky.
I'm on her
I
side.
am sticking up for her. This is a woman who, there's a program here. She stayed with this company as a loyal employee for 57 years. And now that she's achieved
How do you know
a
she was a good employee?
Because I got a few headers off of her on those cross-continental flights. I mean, you know what I mean? She was giving us double sprites. Carla, don't pretend for the cameras. This woman helped everybody in the country. 57 years as a flight attendant. Do you know how many dicks got sucked because of this woman?
That's fair.
When did we have to say flight attendant and not stewardess? When did that start? And why? Do you have any idea? They didn't like it?
I put no
When,
thought
when,
into
when the
that.
stewardesses started having penises, I think, was when it started happening.
Oh, okay.
That's
right.
when I recall it, yeah.
Oh, you might be right.
I'm a frequent flyer. But my point is this woman stayed with the company. She wasn't always making $250, and as soon as she got to a point where, hey, now I'm making the same amount as a pilot.
You sound like a disgruntled employee right now.
I'm a disgruntled everything. I'm a disgruntled customer.
I feel bad for the poor old lady. I really do. But retire. You're going to have free flights for the rest of your life, probably another 10 years. I mean,
but here's the deal. We don't push a police officer at that age to stop running into buildings and chasing people with a gun. This lady, all she has to do is bring you fucking crackers. She
she
doesn't
can
do it.
open the door and close it.
Yeah, that's fine. There's
No, she
200 other
doesn't.
people on the plane. I'm
She
sure
has to
they'll
show you
all
how to
be
use
trying
one
to
of those
get that
life
door
raft
open.
things
They
around your neck.
have videos for
And
that. She doesn't even have to do that.
Exactly.
She has less responsibility now than she did when she started. She doesn't have to do anything because that's what they do on flights.
She
They
has to
do
take her
nothing.
teeth out twice a flight and make sure that the co-pilot is ready for his nap.
She might be lousy to work with.
I don't know.
I'm
that
sure she
sounds
is.
like she looks
57
happy.
years of customer service on an airplane. That's a hard job. She deserves whatever she wants.
How many times has she had sex in the bathroom?
Oh, they do in the cockpit.
Wait in the seat, dude. They come to your seat.
True story. Yeah, it was a long flight, and I had asked 3 times for a separate meal because they only had vegan and meat, and I don't eat either of those. I wanted seafood, and the cockpit door was open, and it reeked of fish in there, and I made this huge deal saying that I asked for the fish dinner, and they said that they weren't serving fish. I won't get into the whole story.
It was a fish stench coming from the cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Only you, Klusky. All right, let's take a quick break. Check out our premiere of the new Priest Academy, and we'll be right back with Hank Morse. Yeah! Hank Morse.
It wasn't that bad, man.
Are you kidding me? I dropped the fucking baby.
Yeah, but only the people in the first row saw. Everyone else was on their cell phones.
That room was terrible. Fucking terrible. People can't wait 2 hours for me to properly christen their kid. FanDuel isn't going anywhere.
I got most of it on video.
Destroy that video.
You gotta see the part where you were trying to say the Lamb of God and it just wouldn't come out.
I don't want to see the video. I want you to destroy the video and then kill me.
You shouldn't have opened with Corinthians.
I know, Corinthians sucks. That baby sucked. Fathers!
guy. That's a good picture of you,
Must have been
Hank.
100 pounds ago.
Wow.
I only had 3 chins.
More chins in the Chinese phone book. How
Yep.
you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming up tonight. So,
thrilled to be here.
You've been on the radio forever.
Was.
Not anymore. But now you got a podcast with Lobel and Lynch.
I do. I do. Those guys are the greatest.
Those guys are awesome. How's that going?
It's so much fun. So when I was in high school, my high school yearbook, it says, I wanted to be Bob Lobel, the next Bob Lobel. See, I mean, the guy was a megastar.
Right.
He happens to be a really wonderful guy.
He is a good guy.
And then Mike Lynch, legend, Swampscott.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big Blue, Harvard University.
Yep.
Channel 5. So I was friendly with Bob for a long time, and I didn't know Mike Lynch well, but I worked with Dan Shaughnessy, who was friendly with him. And Lynchy's working 2 days a week. So now we go to George Gray's Lexington Toyota, 409 Massachusetts Avenue, Lexington, LexingtonToyota.com. So on Tuesdays we go in and we talk, we'll talk current events, we'll talk the Patriots, then they'll tell old stories because nobody's been a witness to more sports history than those
It's
guys.
like 80 years between the two of them, probably.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what about, didn't they, I remember when they were both on different channels, I didn't think they were kind of in competition, weren't they? Back
You know
in
what?
The, back in the day?
They like to say that, we did the same job for different numbers and different letters.
Right, right.
There was a healthy respect there one time. And they told this story one time that, Bob, I don't remember which one, but one of them went and they did an interview and they got back to the studio and they were both at this, interview. And for whatever reason, one of the cameras malfunctioned. They called the other one. Yeah, we'll send the footage over. A lot of
Each other out.
respect.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
used to think
respect.
Bob Lobel used to smoke weed before his broadcast.
No.
No? Back in the day?
Smokes weed now.
No, but when he was on TV, he was smoking weed.
No, he wasn't.
No?
He wasn't. He just got ADD.
All right, he's just a little nuts.
ADD.
Is
You know what?
is that
When I tell
medication?
you, a gem of a human being, honest to God.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Mike too. But actually, Bob is a big marijuana advocate because he's had a lot of back surgeries, neck surgery, and it's really helped him out.
Yeah, I like Bob Lobel. He's good.
Keep in mind, I've never smoked marijuana
Really?
once in my life. I would probably weigh about, 1,120 pounds.
You never even tried it, huh?
Never tried it.
Not even a pot brownie?
Actually, this past year, this is a funny story. It was funny to me. My nephew began selling pot when he was about 11.
Illegally?
No,
Of course.
No,
Yeah, you
it's
can't
legal
work
for
till you're 14.
11-year-olds to do it.
can't work till
It's
you're
like a
14.
paper.
I mean, we are from Medford.
Okay, all right.
So, he was selling it in middle school, and I'm not going to tell you which nephew it is because his mother doesn't like.
Could you tell us the middle school in case
How many
somebody wants
nephews
to
do you
store it?
have? How many nephews do you have?
A couple, more than a couple. Anyway, so we go on vacation and we rent houses side by side down on the Cape, and so I go, "Hey, Harry," I go, "I want to smoke." He goes, "Uncle, I'm not smoking anymore." I go, "Not smoking? What are you talking about? I gave you a bong for your 12th birthday. I mean," he goes, "I'm a singer now. It bothers my throat," so he stopped. Then I had another friend who used to smoke on a regular basis. We went away, a whole group of my high school friends. So we went away, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to smoke with these kids. Well, guy forgot the weed. So we started drinking.
He's lying.
We started drinking, and I ran down a long dock, jumped off the dock thinking it was 10, 15 feet of water. Fat guy, shallow water. I shattered my leg in 4 places.
Oh, Jesus. So you didn't get to smoke the reefer?
Then I went down to Washington, D.C. I was visiting my daughter. She's in college. All her roommates smoke. She's like, "You think I'm going to let my father get high for the first time with my college friends? You're out of your mind." So,
everybody just
Never worked
turned it
out.
down.
does
let you
anybody
down.
have any in here?
After the show, you're going to be after the show, you and Klusky, well, actually, Klusky doesn't smoke, but
I
one of
do
the
if
other
there's
guys.
college girls involved.
Is there like a 7-Eleven nearby?
What's a podcast, how's it different from, the radio?
Much different than live.
Yeah.
Podcasting, everybody thinks that radio, podcasting, and I did too, but it's so much different.
Right.
With the exception of sports talk and, talk radio, news radio, it's kind of short format. They want you to do it in 5 minutes.
Right.
And what you can make funny in 5, make it funny in 4.
Right.
I didn't have that ability. That's why I'm unemployed. So the nice thing is podcasting is storytelling. It's like reading a 5-page story.
Right.
You've got time, and it's storytelling.
rush.
And so you've got time, and people that are coming to those podcasts, they're expecting you to go on and tell stories. They're not looking for a 4-minute hit. They're looking for a 45-minute story or numerous stories. So that's the the biggest thing. You don't have to get up at 3:30 in the morning to do a podcast, which is pretty awesome.
Right.
And if you really screw it up, you can stop and start over. Not that we do that a lot, but on occasion, we'll do that.
I think people like it almost feels like you're in the room with the person. Like you're at your house, you just walked in, you turn the lights on, it's an empty, quiet house. You put on a podcast, it sounds like four friends are talking or whatever like that, because I think that's why podcasting is bigger. It's not some guy throwing 3 seconds of a soundbite at you. It's buddies fleshing something out.
It's not a contrived type thing. It's pretty organic. I mean, some of the stuff, we really don't, believe it or not, we don't really plan things out. We know that we're going to talk about a couple of topics, but once it goes off, like Bob told this funny story about golfing with Bobby Orr and Carlton Fisk. And they played in a tournament, and then they were driving to the seniors tournament, and he was driving along, and he said, and he was friendly with both of them, but he said, it wasn't lost on me that I was driving Bobby Orr and Carlton Fisk. You know?
Right.
And he said facetiously, I wonder what would happen if we get killed in a car crash. I wonder what the front page of the Herald would be.
Well, he was definitely high.
Carlton Fisk said, you wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr said, you might not even make the story.
Yeah.
True.
Right?
Unless it was in that Camry that we just saw jump 139 cars in the dealership.
Yeah, right.
So Loren and Wally, you were on that show for how many years?
I was there 21 years.
Wow.
21 years.
That was a great show.
Best years. I always say, besides my own father, the great Al Morse, who's watching in Kennebunkport, Maine, probably on Twitch.
Who, your dad?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Your father? What's up, Pops?
Hi, Dad.
Big Al. Lenny Clark loves my dad, and Bob Marley, two of my favorites. They love my dad. Those two guys, two of the finest people you ever meet in your life. Like just genuinely nice people who happen to be really funny.
Right.
And just like zero ego. The cleaning people have more ego. You know?
Yeah.
When did that show stop?
My cleaning guy looks like Bob Marley.
Thanks for asking. It was the 24th of this past June, day before my 25th wedding anniversary. And I got the word on a Monday. They called me in and basically said that they needed my chair for, I don't know,
Someone else?
pizza delivery. I don't know. They needed something to stack the food on when I got there. So that week, that was the end of the Loren and Wally show. Wally had retired 3 years ago, and it was Loren and I and a couple of other people who didn't really care for me. And
you have enemies?
so, no, I don't have any enemies. I don't think. No.
Just a lot of people
I don't
off for
think
that
in my
traffic
mind.
report.
Who was the craziest guest you guys had on there? Tell me about a couple of guests.
We've had some really cool guests. You know who was a really great guy? Was 24, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a gigantic egomaniac.
Well, he's not gigantic at all.
No, he's actually
You have to
like
say you
Polly
saw-
Pocket. He's only
I was
about...
gonna say, did he have to
he's
sit
probably
on
like
some-
5'10", but he is thin. What a genuinely nice man. He's from Canada. Everybody from Canada is nice.
Yeah, Canadians are nice people.
He was a little agitated because the Bruins had just beat the Maple Leafs again. He's a big Maple Leafs
Hockey
fan.
guy.
That was good. So he was a really great guy. But I think, remember the Amazing Jonathan?
Oh, yeah. He was great.
Comedian,
Saw him
magician.
at Foxwoods like a year or two ago.
So, and then he was sick and he was supposed to die. He didn't die, which is awesome.
But he gave away all of his possessions.
He gave
and everything.
all those possessions
He
away.
planned to be
Really?
dead. And
Then he had to
didn't
call
die.
people back to ask him. But it was either his wife or his girlfriend, who was also a performer, who was a very nice lady.
Yeah.
But she could take, you know those like metal barbecue skewers that your mother used to have? She could take them and put them in her nose here, and you would think like, okay, she's gonna look like a Martian with the.
You wouldn't come up.
But no, and then she'd pull them back out and she would be fine. And then she would take them and she would put them through the skin of her forearm, and it would pass through her skin, like no blood would come out. So that always stood out to me.
It's weird.
Self-mutilation, it doesn't really do any damage.
He was rough at the end. He would like start out the show telling the audience like he's having trouble, and they even had staged things where if he missed a beat or screwed up, they had somebody dressed up in a Grim Reaper costume from off stage distract you till he got his beat, and then he would pick up a baby, drink blood from it, and then go right back into the act. It was,
really?
It was pretty funny.
A baby's
actually.
blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, keeps us alive.
That's why they freeze the umbilical cord now.
Why do you think we have that big storage freezer?
Is that what
over
that
there?
was?
Yep.
Yeah, we have a few.
So you know,
straws, too.
I'm fascinated by magicians.
Right.
You guys ever hear of Piff the Magic Dragon?
No.
He was on America's Got Talent, and he's got this little dog. But he could do crazy card tricks, and you watch and you think you know everything, and you're like, you know, you have your card and you put it back in, and then he takes it out of somebody's pocket over there.
Yeah.
Like Don Zolo. Don always had those crazy.
Zolo and Johnny Peasy do a great
Peasy.
contract.
Oh my God, Johnny Peasy.
Peasy and Zolo together, unbelievable.
Johnny Peasy. I've never seen Don do magic. There were a few people who wanted him to disappear. But Johnny Peasy.
Don did magic once in the 80s, but we had him tested. He's fine.
He's right. Can I ask you, does anybody here have penicillin? Because I just used the bathroom out there.
Did you sit in the toilet?
No, I stood on the seat, for crying out loud. Who would put their rear end on that? I did like the reading material, however.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nate's on vacation.
So you know what? A lot of good stories in that book. The reading, excellent.
When you were in ROR, right?
Yeah.
There was tons of. I mean, what kind of music was being played? All different.
It was mostly classic hits while I was there.
Really?
You know, we played, the Beatles, the Stones. We played a lot of Billy Joel, stuff like that.
I thought it was country at one time.
Yeah, well, they called it the dark years.
Yeah.
Those were the dark
You were
years.
there for that?
I wasn't there yet.
Okay.
That was probably the early '90s. They were country, and but you know what? That show really isn't dependent upon music. They used to play 5 songs per hour, and it could be any music. Just that they're entertaining people.
Can we talk about your bike seat and the
My bicycle seat.
bike seat and the Pan Mass
Do you want to know about the used bicycle shorts that I bought?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd like to hear
People
about
have
this.
people think that's weird.
Yes.
Does that seem?
Well, if they
does that seem
were
weird?
they washed
Well, it's
before
like
you used them?
inside
So-
of your body at that
So I
point.
have that Huffy Thunder Road, the Spirit of '76 one. Remember one with the motorcycle-like seat there?
Yeah, I get that.
A single speed. No, I'm a big fan of the Pan Mass Challenge. Spectacular work. I mean, they just raised, I think, $60 million. Billy Starr, really great. So we were involved. And so I did 25 miles, is a long ride for me.
Yes.
All right?
It's a long ride for anybody.
So we get a bike.
In a car.
We get a bike over at Landry's on Commonwealth Ave. And they bring the bike out. And I'm thinking, maybe the guy that brought it out, he hadn't seen me yet. And it's it looks like, remember the flip phone, the Star Trek flip phone? It's mounted on a post. And I said, when are you going to put the seat on? He goes, oh no, that is the seat. So I go, I'm not that good at math and science or geometry or whatever, but I'm thinking
You didn't bend the frame, did you?
can you help me? Oh no, they're light and very strong. They make about a pipe cleaner now. Remember those pipe cleaners when you were a kid? That's what it looks like. So anyway, I said, yeah, I need a bigger seat. And he goes, no, you need the shorts. Have you ever seen most of the professional cyclists? They're 6'2", 161 pounds.
No
That's
ass.
carrying the other bike on their back in case they fly off the course.
Yeah.
So he goes, no, you need the shorts. So I took off. I rode 7 miles. It was like I got hit in the ass with a sledgehammer. I went back and I bought the shorts, but the shorts are $100. I don't want to spend $100 on anything, let alone Lycra shorts.
You never wear them again.
With a padded ass.
Unless you go to prison, and then those would come.
I didn't wear them then.
Yeah, those would be good.
I'm not starting. So eventually, I needed another pair because I was starting to try and train. So I go, screw it, I'm going to go get Craigslist and buy a pair. So I bought them from the guy who was about the same size as I was, who tried to convince me that he was a really big cyclist. I mean, I didn't lie to him and say oh yeah, I was a trainer until 2 weeks ago, and I swallow a lot of aggression.
That's my pickup line on Grinders that I wore through 3 bicycle shorts.
Really?
Yeah. I get a lot of hits.
You actually texted me once.
Did I?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
the blink
Oh,
show
yeah,
up?
yeah,
You
yeah,
live in
of
Lynn,
course.
right?
Yep.
See? I remember.
That's really
So
weird.
what I did, I bought the shorts, and
brother.
everybody thought I was disgusting. You bought a used pair of bicycle shorts?
On Craigslist.
Do you know
That's
where
one of
those
the
are
weirdest.
been?
That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in my life.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever...
I mean, I have a newfound respect for you, though.
Have you?
Yeah.
What are you doing Saturday at 2?
You putting on a show with the shorts?
Oh, no.
I'll be there.
No. Have you ever slept in a hotel?
Yes.
Most people slept in a hotel. You think the sheets were new for you?
Well, no, but I wrap the body up, I move it
So,
to the side, and then I
Think
sit
about
right
what
on the
happens.
mattress.
Think about what happens in hotel rooms in those sheets, right?
Yeah.
Now suddenly my used bike shorts don't sound that bad, do they?
Oh, it's still both of those things.
sounds
sound
like
I would
filled
put your
with
used bike
Lance
shorts over
Armstrongs.
my head, just so you know. I would do that.
Most sheets don't go directly up the ass.
How aggressively do you sleep?
You know what? I wanted to describe. I didn't know you could say that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can say
Say
it.
whatever you want.
Do you want to see him? Hold on. I got a horn. I And the other thing, I got to shout out to my buddy Tom Walsh. He's a great cyclist.
Who, Walshy?
Walshy.
Oh, yeah.
Hung around with Obi, Fitzy, Mac.
I know Walshy.
Billy.
Yep, good kid.
So he's a great bicyclist. And he's like really into bicycles. And he wears the, they have like overalls that like barely come up to your nipples and then they strap over. So that's what I'm going to be wearing next year.
That's what you, no shirt underneath it?
So you're in training for this right now? For next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Beautiful.
There's cyclists and bicyclists. So the bicyclists use boy and girls bikes.
What's a tricycle?
Kluski, what do we got for Hank here?
One of Hank's many hats during the morning show career included the morning traffic. So we were going to run through.
Yes, that's
We're going to run over a few scenarios, see how he would have handled the routes.
It's always heavy, just like I am. Don't forget that.
It's Thanksgiving week, and the traffic is bumper to bumper on Route 128 South. You're heading from Peabody, trying to get to Route 93. What is our best way around the congestion?
What I would do is I'd crawl along down through Wakefield, and I'd jump off at the 129 Rotary. I'd go to Honeydew Donuts.
It's a good honeydew over there.
There's a great honeydew. They got the flavored iced coffee. They got like the old-fashioned cruller.
Let's talk about your top 3 favorite donut places.
I'd probably head back up Congdon's Donuts in Wells, Maine.
Okay.
Mary Lou's anywhere there?
What about the place in Medford over there?
Oh, Demet's.
Demet's is pretty good.
Demet's. Awesome.
How about Cane's?
Right, I'm missing.
Johnny Peasy's place.
Oh. Has that restraining order run out?
What about, they're pretty
Actually, there was a place right in Brighton. Not Town Donut. Twin Donut. Twin Donut in Brighton. That's still there. You walk in, it's like 1942. And you get a plain, a chocolate covered. They're like the cake donut.
That's it's like an old Mrs. Foster's. Remember that?
Right.
Oh, Mrs. Foster's.
Oh,
Great. Do you remember
Mrs.
that?
Foster. She was so hot.
Really?
Oh, when we were kids.
She was like an old lady. You're into weird stuff. Seriously, I like that. I'm actually really liking
She
it.
was a hell of a bike rider.
What about, there's a place in Salem called Ziggy's.
Ziggy's.
I love Ziggy's.
Ziggy's is awesome.
Good donut.
It's a good donut.
What was the great roast beef place in Salem?
King's.
King's is good.
I like King's.
No. Near the trackside.
Big Fred's.
Big Fred's, home of the swimmer.
I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
I knew what this guy meant.
Is that still open?
Big Fred's, home of the
No,
swimmer.
it's something else.
I think you and I think we might have had a tussle at trackside. You
They
and me
still
back
have a
in the
Bill
day.
and Bob's,
Yeah,
too.
I think you beat me up
Legit
once.
Bill and Bob's.
Bill and Bob's too.
I mean, I was only 6. You were 4, though. That was the problem. So you're from Swampscott. I have this, going back to 1978, some of my demons. My Little League team made it to the state semifinals.
Yeah.
And so I was a starting pitcher against Swampscott, Big Blue. We're from Medford, a little cocky.
Lit you up.
Lit me up.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They saw me from the Hubble telescope in outer space. I mean, they scored about 10 or 11 in the... I mean, I could run for office and win in Swampscott because the baseball team used to love to see me coming. They were good, those kids.
Do you remember any of the names?
No.
Kids?
Why would I remember those people? I tried to forget them for 40 years.
We played Swampscott football in high school, and they paralyzed our quarterback. So.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
my
were tough
God, I'm
kids.
sorry to hear.
Oh, it's all right. I wasn't fucking him or anything.
Well, not after that.
Wow.
All right, what's the next one?
You gotta know it?
Yeah.
All right, you're driving from Revere heading west on Route 16 around 3 p.m. and things are moving pretty slow. You need to get to Medford in 15 minutes. How are we getting around the traffic?
I'm calling my friend Vinny in Everett. You gotta have a guy. He comes out, he gets you,
I got a helicopter guy.
he gets you there.
I got a helicopter guy.
You get pulled over, you get him some shrimp for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, there's got to be a cop that can just throw the lights on and let you get through.
You know what? Shout out to the police officers. Those
Yeah.
guys do old.
Especially in Everett.
Oh my God. No, that's not right.
We gave a shout out to them 5 minutes ago when we did the donut review. So we're moving on to the last one. It's 5 p.m.
No, I
on
say
Friday.
that's why he's like, he's very funny, but he's behind the camera
Yeah.
just for his own
Right.
protection.
Yeah,
So our faces get put out there.
He has warrants.
It's for the audience's protection as
Right.
well. It's 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, and you're heading from Boston to the Cape. Route 3 is a parking lot. What way can we go to get around the traffic and not sit bumper to bumper?
Easy. 93 South, you get off Sullivan Square. All right? You get on Rutherford Ave. It's Rutherford, not Rutherford.
Are you sure?
Rutherford.
Is it a baby rough?
Actually, you know what? from the Caddyshack movie. That kid is the Baby Ruth.
Yeah, he's
Spalding.
He's around here, right? He's a car salesman or insurance salesman or something.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you get out Rutherford Ave, you go over the Gilmore Bridge, down to the City Square, Charlestown. You weasel your way down to the surface artery, and you get all the way down. You go through South Boston, you get on Morrissey Boulevard. Old Colony to Morrissey Boulevard. Go all the way down to the Ponset. The Ponset River Bridge, you get on Route 3A. You go the back route down Route 3A. Go by the old Beachcomber. And you stay on 3A. Like if you happen to go to a bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom, there's a place to stop. You want to get a coffee, you want to get a beer, you can get everything right there. And you're not sitting on traffic on Route 3.
Shouldn't be drinking and driving, though.
No.
Is that another thing you do?
No, I don't do that at all.
How'd you get the gig doing that, the traffic?
I was just a warm body, really.
Really?
I went. I got this. Tony V canceled. Don Zolo called me. Go, what are you doing Monday night? You were 11th on our list, and the other 10 guys can't be here.
I do remember you from the traffic, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
I had no choice.
Listen, if you were listening on June 23rd, maybe I'd still have a goddamn job. Actually, I used to do news like at WXKS-AM 1430, and the great Judy Paparelli on the Maddie in the Morning Show. They needed a fill-in person.
That was the AM station for KISS, right?
1430. God, he pays attention,
Right.
doesn't he?
That's
Roll back the tape.
Oh, he's a radio guy.
Yeah,
I bet,
1430.
Feel trapped.
He's got
And so I was down the hall, so I started filling in for Judy Paparelli, who was really great to me. And so then I filled in for like 8 or 9 years on the Maddie show, and then I did it for 2 or 3 years in the afternoon with Dale Dorman, God rest his soul. And then after they fired me, they kind of figured out in 14 years what it took 21 years for the other guys to figure out.
You've been fired a lot, huh?
Twice. But I figured two jobs in 34 years isn't bad,
No.
no.
you know?
Pepperelli sounds like they would be hot daughters. Like
Was
the
that her
the
married name or was
Pepperelli
that her
sisters.
real name?
I don't think she was married. That's her real name, Judy Paparelli. Great lady, great broadcast. She was very good to me, so I ended up, when I
She
got
was a great
fired,
broad, you said?
lady.
I thought you said broadcaster abroad.
Fine lady, professional broadcaster, went to Tufts University, very intelligent. Can you spell Tufts?
No. TUFF?
Right.
To
Did
you,
you, used to wear
PH.
did you ever wear Tough skins when you were a kid?
Yeah, I still got
I wear them when I ride my
Yeah.
bike.
I
Oh
got
my
a
God, my thighs
You guys
bleed.
don't even know what tough skins are?
Is it like a tuxedo?
Oh, they're like weird jeans.
Yeah,
They were like weird jeans with that weird patch, right?
on the weird,
the
had
rear.
that weird patch on the knee, but take sandpaper and turn it around and put the rough side on your skin.
Okay.
He does.
First day
though.
of school,
He does.
those are the, your mother used to like, oh, let me wash the
You had rashes?
rashes. I still have scars.
Asians.
And the worst part was, I wore the Huskies.
When's the last time you had a good rash?
Good rash. It's got to be at least a couple of weeks.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Don't wear corduroys.
Do you have any corduroys?
Your thighs will catch fire walking down the hallway.
I like corduroys. What was your favorite color corduroy?
Mine's red.
It's not a trick question. I like brown ones.
I like used bicycle shorts.
I know. Listen, that's the weirdest story I've ever heard in my life. Went
I
on
got more than
Craigslist
that.
to buy bike shorts.
That's where I draw the line, though.
I hope so.
When I go to a hotel, though, I bring my own sheets.
Yeah.
New ones.
It's like
I
a
go to
double negative.
Craigslist to find people to exchange underwear with on hotels, so it all just comes full circle.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Mother must be so proud.
We'll be right back with more from Hank Morse.
Are you tired of getting bitched at for hanging out with the boys? Stay single.
A married man does not stay out like this. Mom! Don't do that like this! What's wrong with you?
Not doing that again between breaks.
So we've had a great run here the last 20 years. I mean, think about it. We suffered growing up. You and I,
I
same
mean, the
age.
Patriots, they played 14 games. They'd be 1-13,
I know.
2-12. They sucked. And then finally we make it to a Super Bowl. We have Tony Eason.
Yeah, 1986.
Right.
Yeah, he was a. What they used to call him? Didn't he have a nickname?
Sally, I think, was what
Yeah,
they called him.
Seriously.
Right.
Mrs. I forget the nickname for him, but no one liked it. Grogan should have been in quarterback.
Grogan was tough.
He was a tough bastard.
Tough, he really was.
He
Bro, he had a broken neck.
Yeah, he was
played.
good.
It was back when you could hit a quarterback too.
Right.
You know.
So what do you think about Brady? Let's talk about Brady real quick. You think he's out of here?
You know what? 75% of me thinks he's going to California.
Really?
I think part of it, he's like, okay, my parents are a little bit older. You know, his mom had a health scare and recovered.
Right.
He's from there. You know what? I just think he wants, and I think he's sick of Bob Kraft. I think he's sick of Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years. Look at, I mean, you're with the same company for 20 years. You never did that. You know.
No, I did. I was at 21. Thank you very much.
No, he's just saying.
He's with these guys
he's
20
saying-
years. You're with the same people. I mean, these guys were together 2 years. They hate me.
Yeah, he's saying he's
You
been
know?
in a relationship with this for.
I've only been here 35 minutes. I'm ready to get out of here.
You hate my guts.
No, you know what? The honest to God truth, I think we owe everything to Tom Brady. Think about the fun and enjoyment we've had for 20 years.
Well, it starts with Kraft.
Starts with Kraft. Hey, Jonathan, what about this Tom Brady? Should we sign him?
But Belichick kept 4 quarterbacks the first year Brady was there. He was the 4th quarterback. When has he ever had 4 quarterbacks?
Never.
He knew Brady was
No, he
something
did.
with them.
He did. But,
So-
you know, when people were getting on his case about, like, the TB12 diet,
Right.
I'm like, we should be buying these things by the case.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, we went a long time with from 1960 to 2001, right? We didn't have a championship.
Nothing.
I mean, look at the Red Sox, 86 years. We've
I know.
won 18
Right.
years, 9 Super Bowls he's gone to.
That's crazy.
It'll never be duplicated ever.
If they get rid of Brady, I won't watch him anymore. I'm just letting you know. If they let him walk, I'm done with them. That's
You know
how I
what?
feel.
I'm with you. I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Even if he plays for the Raiders.
Now, what about the Sox mismanaging their money? What do you think about that?
You know what really angers me?
What?
John Henry wants to spend his money on a soccer team.
Yeah, right.
It's a good investment.
Yeah, but that's a good soccer team.
Yeah.
You know
Probably for
what?
them.
Soccer. Those were the kids who couldn't play Little League played soccer. I mean in England. I don't mean here in the States.
We're in the same generation. You know, we think the same when it comes to this.
Yeah, I'm a baseball fan.
Yep, same
And I guess when you overspend and make really dumb decisions on some players,
Right.
and you go, yeah, we're going to dial it back a little bit.
The whole thing's great.
I want to keep Mookie Betts. I don't want to send Mookie any. I mean, he's a once-in-a-generation player.
Yeah.
I think if we kept Mookie Betts, we can get rid of some of the pitching, save money there, then develop prospects, save money there.
Kat, what kind of car do you drive?
Camry.
Scion.
Oh, a Scion.
Toyota doesn't make it anymore. It's
Because-
it's a collector's item.
Do you know where David Price lives? Because I'll go with you. We're happy to give him a ride anywhere he wants to go. We'll pay for the ride.
Yeah, well,
I just want to get rid of that guy.
yeah.
He's
We
not
didn't,
nice.
we didn't win that year without him, though. He was awesome.
He
in
was
the World
awesome
Series.
for a week and a half.
Yeah. That's all we
He
needed.
sucked the rest of his playoff
That's
career.
all we
And
needed.
he was nasty to Eck.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not cool. Eck's a good guy.
That's not right.
He's going to be on the show in the new year, Eck.
Eck?
Yep.
Oh my God, what a
Say
joke.
David Price. I'm like, he can't
joke.
handle
No,
the
not David
criticism
Price.
here
Warren
either.
Eckersley. Hey, what do we got,
Very
Klusk?
fragile.
There's some big rumors swirling in Boston. We want to run a few would you rather scenarios by you guys, all right?
Yep.
First one's for Hank. There's a lot of speculation regarding Tom Brady's future. His contract voids at the end of this season. Hypothetically, if he leaves during the offseason, would you rather root for the Patriots next season or Tom's new team?
I root for Tom's new team. I was not a Tom Brady fan. I loved Drew Bledsoe, and I thought it was patently unfair that he didn't really get a chance to get his job back
Right.
after Mo Lewis almost killed him.
I know.
Right?
Right. Sure.
It worked out. The guy's a stud, and
Bledsoe will even say it and has said it publicly.
he will.
You know?
And for what he's put his body through all these years, I mean, we should be spending $25 on these protein bars
I know.
to show our thanks.
Yeah. I'll send a thank you card. Kat, this week is
Yeah.
baseball winter meetings in San Diego. The Red Sox are in trouble as they are tied into a bunch of bad deals eating up their payroll. Would you rather trade one of baseball's best young players, Mookie Betts, to restock prospects and save money, or go all in and potentially cripple the team for the next decade?
I think we keep Mookie. I think we drop some other weight. Like I said, like the pitching. Get rid of David Price. I'd be fine getting rid of Chris Sale. He's been hurt.
He's just- his body
unreliable
can't
at this
take
point. Like, let's get rid of the pitching, the money there, and let's find some young guys. But keep Betts. Always.
And we got Bogarts, who I like a lot.
Chris Sill, he needs to go to Cane's Donuts.
Yes, he does. Yeah. It's just his frame.
He's
just can't-
6'7", about what, 132?
Yeah.
And a nice guy, competitor. I love him.
Oh, yeah, real competitive. Whips the ball.
He whips the ball. He throws 99.
High 90s, but he's just,
I just
your
wish
body
he could-
can't take it.
I wish he could stay healthy.
Yeah, you can't do
I
it.
wish they'd shrink the season.
You're right.
Mr. Monday, would you
I
rather...
miss El Guapo. Remember El Guapo?
El Guapo.
From the Three Amigos?
He's my
Did he die?
favorite.
Did he get killed in this
I
country?
hope not, because I loved him.
I got him a sweater for Christmas.
Excuse me. I liked it because his pants would fit me.
Did you guys go out to dinner together? You and Guap?
Guapo?
Yeah.
No. That's against the law.
Say, what restaurant could you guys
He
go
sounds
to?
handsome. Would you rather eat avocado ice cream in a snowstorm or hot Dunkin' Donuts coffee at the beach?
Avocado.
Avocado ice cream?
Neither.
Yeah.
Avocado is gross.
I like
it's like
it.
paste.
I
Maybe
actually
almond
like it.
paste. Remember
In
those
ice cream
almond
form,
paste
ugh.
little fruits that your grandmother would have on the table, and you'd
those are
think
gross.
was
Yeah.
candy, but it wasn't?
It's like war food.
That's what avocado is like.
It's like a ration.
Although it's really good for you.
I don't care about that.
Definitely ice
Compared
cream
to
in a
what I eat, I'm
snowstorm.
sure.
I don't like. I'm not a Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Oh, I am.
What do you get when you go there besides donuts?
No, I like to go in and get a medium hot decaf. If you go in and ask for a medium decaf, they go, ice?
Yeah, how many times do you have to order it to get it right over there at Ducks?
I like it with almond milk now.
Well,
now
because
that
you're back in the gym.
Well, I'm in training.
Yep.
And
Yes.
one sugar.
Let's give a plug to where you're training too, by the way.
Mike Boyle Strength and Conditioning.
Yeah.
Michael is world famous. He's been very
great.
good to me, bodybyboyle.com. And when I go there, I lose 140 pounds, and I look semi-human. And when I don't go there, I gain 160 pounds. And I need to fit back on that bicycle seat. And so I'm back over there, and they're great. Bob Hansen's his business partner. Not a finer place in the world. The greatest thing about them, though, is they don't care if you're a fat 8th grade kid or if you're playing for a new contract for the Bruins.
Treat
They
you the
treat
same.
everybody the same.
Right.
Everybody's important. That's why I love it.
I do the same thing. It got me in legal trouble earlier this year, but
I heard that about
over the Thanksgiving holiday, it seems like everyone was logged on to Netflix watching The Irishman, whether it's 3 hours movie or bad CGI that turns this thing off with people. I don't know. But the U.S. attorney says that there's more to come in regards to the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. Does anybody here know the actual truth?
Well, I mean, he's buried underneath in the.
That's what I always heard.
Rutherford Stadium, isn't he?
Rutherford Stadium.
Right?
Rutherford.
Isn't he buried in New York?
Well, he's not buried in Charlestown, I don't think, but
Did you guys see this movie? Because I saw.
I saw the movie.
I actually
I was
watched
just
The
The movie.
Irishman.
I
Did
don't
you like
really
it?
watch movies. I loved it. That was great.
3
I was a little
hours.
distracted.
That's what I heard.
You could tell it was an 80-year-old man trying to beat up somebody. And like he was it
Right.
didn't-
Well,
Wouldn't you love-
De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't you love to know the real story?
I would, yeah. That's why this was kind of weird.
Is Geraldo Rivera going to do that? You know, Al Capone wasn't in his vault, but maybe he can find Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, right?
I feel like Pacino.
What if he opened up Al Capone's vault and found Jimmy Hoffa? That would have been amazing.
That would have been a story.
Yeah.
I feel like Pacino.
And
Was,
they were lovers.
Pacino was acting like being some of his other characters in other movies.
All
As
of
being
them were, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just felt like he was. I don't know. I just
It was
thought-
like a love letter to them more than telling that story, I felt like.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a good
maybe
point.
No.
Pacino's acting range isn't very wide. He's just the one character that he does, and he just
Right.
does it everywhere.
Yeah.
Pesci was great, and the scenes where they're age
Pesci was
appropriate,
awesome.
it's great. But I remember a time when they would cast a younger, up and coming actor to play like a Hollywood legend. Remember the movie The Godfather? Didn't they do that where they cast a young? Who was the actor who played him in that? I forget.
Oh, yeah, you want to come over here? Sit down. I want to talk to you for a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, come on over here.
It was okay for De Niro to make his bones doing that, but I can't get. I could have been a great young.
When I first met you, I thought very dramatic,
Yeah.
theatric,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
I have big
Overly
puffy
dramatic.
sleeves.
a lot of drama.
Yeah.
We have fan art. People draw fan art, and someone drew a picture of you, sent it in.
Really?
Do we have any fan art?
Yeah, Monday fans love sending in their handiwork each week, and we love to feature it whenever we can. This first one is from Juan. He's 23 years old. He
I
plays with
remember him.
crayons, and he met you at an event and said your energy was infectious. He said you're so intense that he thought you might strangle someone if they don't like Mondays.
Is that the kid from the Patriots
what do we
parade that
think?
you shook?
You know what? That's when I was first started working out at Boyle's back in the 2008, I think. I was looking pretty good before I took the bike ride. Really,
It's a good picture, Juan.
Yeah,
Nice job.
it says
he
a
has
lot.
a twin brother, Amal. You know.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
I like the Marcus.
They're identical. You know. Because if you've
bla-
seen one,
You've seen them all.
you've seen them all.
His blazer looks corduroy, I think, doesn't it? And that's
It does look like corduroy.
Next one is from
Right.
Ricky. He's a Maldener. He was an altar boy, and he loves the new Breaking Balls web series, Priest Academy. He cannot wait to see more of this. And that is one of the debut characters right there.
I'm praying for Ricky right now.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of pent-up anger. I wonder what's that from.
An altar boy with crayons is a dangerous thing. He can recall the events like real time. You know what I mean? The last one is from superfan Karen. She watches the show every week and loves McClaskey's weekly input and the production team behind the studios. Since we can't see the people, she thinks that this is what they look like.
What are those people called?
Gremlins.
Pretty much.
Yes.
You know what? I like the detail rocking the double B's over there. I like that.
It's 3 Baby Yodas, ladies and gentlemen. We steady the ship.
Well, that fan art's great. I mean, how many pieces do we get sent in this week? Like 21?
We get a lot of like digital fan art, and we usually don't put those up. People spent the postage, so we put those up priority. But everybody should continue to mail them in. Send them to Carlo. Enough of these big booby pictures in your beautiful Monday T-shirts. I want to see your crayon art.
I know. I'd rather see the crayon art.
If you want to impress me, I want light bright art.
Ooh.
All right?
Oh,
Take
wow.
a picture of
You
light
could
bright
find
art.
that on Craigslist.
Our fans do
too.
not
Light
like
shorts
that.
and, yeah.
What else do you use Craigslist for?
Guys.
You mean now?
Yeah, I'd like to know some other things you purchase on Craigslist. Like, give me 3 things besides the weird shorts.
3 things I've purchased on Craigslist. Airdyne bicycles. I buy and sell those. Buy them for $50, you sell them for $250.
Okay. Nice job.
I use it to try to find jobs.
Yeah, you can find jobs.
Yep.
You can find girlfriends real easy.
Well, it's kind of the same.
In the free section.
That's what it is.
Yes. Casual shit.
Missed encounters.
Yeah. Have you ever done that? We should start doing that.
Are you guys into like going on Craigslist, like the free section
I've never gone on Craigslist.
in your life?
Never.
He doesn't know how to use a computer.
I do. I like to go. You know what? I'm
See
digging.
that
to
I'm
the roll-
drinking,
I
I'm
have a-
drinking smart water because I need to.
We need to drink some more.
I know.
I have a Goodwill art collection. I do.
Yeah.
I go to the Goodwill.
yeah,
The
I
Goodwill has an outlet in Roxbury on Melniacast Boulevard, and then they have an outlet next to the regular store. And they have a training facility, so I go there. And I've accumulated about at least a dozen pieces of art.
You sell it? Sell any of them?
No, I keep it.
He's a museum curator.
I keep it. I do
Like,
have a
what
nice.
kind of art would like Hank like to buy? Like,
You know, it's funny.
like-
I do have a naked lady piece of art that's the size of the TV. Now, I just did that to annoy my daughters.
Is it? She's not spreading or anything, right? Like,
Of course! Why would you buy a piece of artwork that isn't revealing?
well,
Is it
because
velvet?
artwork naked, it's usually
A velvet
As long as
would
it's
be
not
really
scratch and
that's
sniff, then I guess
pornography.
it's all right.
It's not artwork. Jesus,
What do you think? I got paint by number?
I keep liking you by the minute.
No,
Even more.
I actually did.
Love this
There's,
guy.
his last name is Dunlay. He's from Westwood. It was like a print of a watercolor I got. It's worth like $500. I paid $3 for it.
At the
The Goodwill outlet.
look at that.
You want to buy it?
I might be interested. I'm
only
curating
need
my own
something for
gallery.
When you go to garage sales, where do you go? What towns? What towns do you go to garage sales in? Like, which ones do you focus on?
You got to go the ones with the nice houses.
Right.
I mean, how many 4-car garages are there?
Winchester.
Oh, you go to Winchester, Weston,
Newton.
Wellesley, the W type.
Yeah.
Newton,
Yeah.
Wobbin.
Oh.
Do you find any art at those places?
No, they always want too much money for the art.
Really?
You got to go to the Goodwill store, honest to God.
Yeah.
Goodwill?
Or wait till somebody dies and then kind of hang around their house for a while. That
Mm-hmm.
works.
I do have one that was a $450 piece of art. It had a woman's name on the back, and I researched it, and it was really weird because she had a place in Washington, D.C., about a mile from where my daughter went to school, and then she had a house in Arlington about a mile from where I lived. So it was kind of weird. There was
Stalking you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got the picture, though.
Were you stalking her?
I got the picture. It's hanging in my dining room.
So where can we find your new podcast? Let everyone know. When's the next podcast on? Where can
You
they
trying to
find
get rid of me? Cat, he's trying to get rid of me.
I want you to stay.
I'll talk all night.
Podcast, all right. The podcast is Lobie, Lynchy, and Friends with Hank Morse Podcast. You can find it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I just started a women's hockey podcast with the great Bob Duraney. I'm a big women's hockey fan.
That's huge.
The Boston Pride.
Boston Pride.
Chicks
Yeah.
with sticks.
Exactly.
There is chicks with
Haley
sticks.
Moore. Haley Moore will be on the podcast tomorrow. Haley Moore. She's the president, and she's going to be on the podcast tomorrow. I love women's hockey because
Did
they
your daughter- did
kicked
you-
the crap out of the Canadians and won the gold medal.
That's it.
If I can't beat a woman, someone
My
else
daughters
should be
did not
able
play.
to.
Tom Brady could be in my living room, and my kids would be like, "Yeah, I'll be upstairs on my iPad." Not fans of sports at all.
You raised them
Because they hate you?
poorly.
One of them likes me maybe less than her sister. That's the one who asked how much life insurance I had before she said, "I hope you get hit by a bus."
Oh, gee, I'm
Like,
sorry.
what a cute 6-year-old she was.
Yeah, you know what? Terrific carving skills. Ask me that off air.
Say hi to her now.
She's great. My daughter Abby's awesome.
But it is, women's ice hockey is huge these days. Like,
It's the fastest growing sport in America.
yeah, it's pretty big.
In the All-Star game a year ago, was it Kendall Coyne Schofield, I think? She beat some of the guys.
In the skill
Oh, yeah,
challenge.
right. What, the slap shot? Oh, skate. Oh,
Skating, speed.
Speed, right, right.
And then, one of the women, I don't remember her name, she won the passing accuracy. I mean, they are spectacular.
What is that
athletes.
attributed to? Because is there a rise in hockey viewership overall, or is it just female hockey?
Female hockey
No,
just got big.
Men's game, boys, it's saturated.
Okay.
Now that the young girls, young ladies, women, that are, what do you?
Have you ever smelled their hockey equipment? It's fucking
You
horrible.
smell anybody's hockey equipment.
I mean, if it's in the backseat of your car, you
You
can't
can
help
still. I haven't been in the league in 5 years. Smell my fingers.
it. Smells like a roast beef.
Fred's home of the swimmer, right?
Yeah.
Big Fred's.
Big Fred's.
Big Fred's was the best. Right next to the trackside.
Right next to the
Where
track
he punched me out back in 1991.
No. That was a Dapper Dan's at Assembly Square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, you know what? Matter of fact, let me see that jacket. Yeah, I sold you that at Tello's when I worked at the Medical Mall.
I
know
bought
it.
this at Joseph's Men's Store. Do
You did?
you remember Joseph's Men's Store in Saugus?
No.
Yeah.
I remember Joseph Abood made fine stuff.
Yeah, that guy's still around.
He does, and a nice man, too.
Right. Hey, listen, thanks for being a good sport and coming
Thank
out
you for
tonight.
having me.
It was fun. Good time. Good time. Hey, another Monday here and gone. We'll see you next Monday. Monday on 3. 1, 2, 3.